Okay, so we've been in Siam. We know what it's like. We know what the prices are like. We know how we're treated. We know what the beach is like. Now we got to compare it to Hua Hin. So Hua Hin, as you can see, is about 25 kilometers down the road, which means it's about 30 minutes by motorbike going about 90 kilometers an hour. So we're going to head to Hua Hin, check it out, and compare it to Siam, price-wise, ambiance-wise. We want to know if you're going to be treated as well or better, how much the prices are going to be. Now I've got a sort of a preconceived idea of Hua Hin, that it's not going to be like Siam, but I might be surprised. We never know. So let's go check out Hua Hin. So, you want to go to Hua Hin, and you're in Siam. Now, if you're trying to get to Hua Hin from Bangkok, you take these little minivans, like you can see behind me. These minivans go from Bangkok all the way to Siam and Hua Hin. If you want to get from Siam to Hua Hin, you don't want to ride a motorcycle because it's about 30 minutes on the road by motorbike, and the cars are flying by you pretty quick. You might want to take one of these minivans, which you can catch from a lot of different locations in Siam, and it's 40 baht to get from Siam to Hua Hin. So if you want to get from Siam to Hua Hin and you want to do it safely, well, semi-safely. Those are like Mario Andretti drivers. But if you want to get there without having the wind in your face on a motorbike and the sun on your skin, that's your option. Minivans, 40 baht to get to Hua Hin from Siam. There you go. One thing that's going to get your attention for sure as you go from Siam to Hua Hin, you're going to see all these residential developments going on. There's a lot of them. We have condominiums and single-family dwellings, all sorts of things going up. So if this is any indication of two things, the Thai economy and the amount of foreigners and foreign investment that's coming in, it's big. And I don't know what percentage will be owned by foreigners, because a lot of this is for Thai people as well, but the more foreigners that move into an area, and there's already a lot in Hua Hin, the more the infrastructure changes to allow us to live more comfortably. You have more shopping opportunities, you get a lot of stuff. So there you go. One indication that the economy is booming and a lot of foreigners are coming to Hua Hin. So one of the bad things about all these signs, first of all, they're unsightly. I don't know who enforces or if they even have laws. They keep people or prevent people from putting all these signs up. But one of the bad things about it is, even though they look bad up, they look even worse down. So what happens is after a big wind, it becomes a sign junkyard. And this isn't good at all. It looks really bad. And I think it reflects bad on both Siam and Hua Hin to have all these trash signs laying on the side of the road. But hey, this is Thailand. So let's take off, go see what else we can find down in Hua Hin. One thing we should talk about Hua Hin is accessibility. How do you get to Hua Hin? Well, it's sort of like the same as Siam. You can get there by bus, minibus, like minivans, go from Bangkok down. They also have train service. It goes through Siam into Hua Hin. So you can take the train, you can take the minivan. But one of the other things about Hua Hin that's different is Hua Hin also has an airport, which makes it easily accessible. So if you're living in Hua Hin and you need to fly in and out, you would just take the Hua Hin Airport, come over here, fly to Bangkok, and from there you can go anywhere. So something to keep in mind as far as accessibility for Hua Hin. So here I am at Hua Hin Airport. Guess why I'm here? Because I told you could fly to Hua Hin. Well, you can fly, but as my members pointed out to me on my membership site, you can only fly if you're flying in from Malaysia. You can't fly domestically from other parts of Thailand, and you can't fly from other countries into Hua Hin, but only from Malaysia. So if you're going to Malaysia or coming back from Malaysia and you want to go to Hua Hin, remember, there's always an option. So, welcome to Hua Hin. Why is there such a grandeur entrance to Hua Hin? Well, one of the reasons is because it's one of the residences of the royal family. What does that mean as far as living in Hua Hin? Well, Chiang Mai also has a residence, and it has always upheld a certain level of respect, and it's image conscious, let's say. So, that you're also going to have that in Hua Hin. So this is something that's a good thing about being here. Now, my first impressions of Hua Hin, let me tell you. It's a city, as opposed to Cha Am, which is a beach. That's it. There's nothing at Cha Am but a beach, and some restaurants, and some gift shops, and stuff like that. It's a place to go to hang out short time for Thai people, and they do that en masse on weekends and holidays. Where Cha Am is a city. It's got malls. It's got at least 4 hospitals here, one of which is arguably the best hospital in Thailand. And we'll cover all those while I'm here. They have wine shops, malls, movie theaters. Everything you can imagine is in Hua Hin. So it's a very livable city for foreigners. And that's obvious because of the amount of foreigners that are here. You're going to notice them immediately, just like you do in Chiang Mai. They're everywhere. In fact, you can tell by the number of people by countries putting consulates, not embassies, consulates in those cities. So Pattaya has a large contingent of Russians, so they have a Russian consulate. Hua Hin has a large contingent of Swedes, so there's a Swedish consulate here. So we're going to check out everything that Hua Hin has to offer and some prices. Also, the main road that you see behind me going into Hua Hin, it blows right by Cha Am. There's nothing on it except for basically a hodgepodge of businesses for locals. That's not the case here. The hospitals are located on this main road. The mall, the shopping centers, restaurants, a lot of the things that are the major parts of the workings of Hua Hin are on this main road coming into town. So we're going to go check it out, see what it's all about, and see why so many people are living here in Cha Am. To me, my first impression is going to be like Chiang Mai at the beach, but we'll see. Let's go check it out, okay? So, guess where one of the first places I head off to if I come to some place like this? The whole reason I come to some place like this is to get to the beach. I mean, this is Thailand has some wonderful beaches, and so this whole series about trying to find a place that's, if you're a beach lover, to live at the beach. So, I'm at the beach in Hua Hin. My first impressions, because as I head off to the beach, my first impressions are hard to get to the beach. Why would that be? Well, if you check this out behind me, unlike the carnival type atmosphere in Cha Am, Hua Hin's different. All the waterfront property has been bought up. So if you look up and down the beach, you're going to see that there is no real access to the beach unless you look for it. It's all private property built up on the seashore. It's been purchased. So you've got private homes, you've got hotels, you've got condominiums, all along the beach. So when you go up and down Cha Am Beach, you've got vehicles pulling in, pulling out, parking. And like I said, that makes like a carnival type atmosphere. Here it's not like that. The beach, as you can see, there's not a lot of people on it. Now we'll go down more towards the city center and it might change. But this is all private properties here, so you got to find an access between the private properties to get to the beach. Maybe that's why it's so quiet here. But you can't drive down the beach and just look at the water. Not going to happen. Because you've got these residences and businesses in between the road and the beach. And the next thing you're going to notice as you get to Hua Hin, as you look out over the water, you're going to see the Thai Navy ships. Thai Navy ships up and down the coast here. Why would that be? Well, that's to protect the royal family's residence here. So that's going to be a given as well, so don't let that alarm you. So let's check out what else is available in Hua Hin, and also see if there's better beach access. So here's another example of what I'm talking about, not being able to see the beach as you go down the road. Here's like the closest road to the beach. Okay, it runs parallel to the beach. As you can see, you can't see any water. All you see is businesses and stuff. Then there's this access road here. And we'll walk down the access road so I can show you. And of course, any place that people can set up a business, they will. So you have a little restaurant on the sidewalk here where people are eating. And so you can come down this road and park to go to the beach. They're selling some music, selling food. So you can park your motorbike here and walk down to the water. We've got some restaurants right on the beach. Now, because of this, because the beaches are not public and all this property is private, I'll guarantee if you want to eat at one of these restaurants or something, it's probably going to be fairly pricey. We've got Coco 51 here, and what's this, the living room over here. Let's see what we got for prices. They got some prices out here. Okay, we'll check Coco 51 first. Live Jazz Nightly Soup of the Day, 160 baht. Grilled chicken breast and mushroom cream sauce, 350. Beef stroganoff with fettuccine, 420. Not on a Category 1 budget will you be eating here. Breakfast, 249 net per person. Avocado salad, 210 net. Roasted chicken breast, 360 net. So net means there's going to be service charges and stuff on top of that, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So, again, you can walk over and you get access to the beach. There's some stairs we can walk down. They're setting up at the restaurants for dinner. And we walk out to the beach, and let's see. Yeah, exactly the same as before. Low tide now, so we can walk out pretty far. Hi, guy. Hi, guy. Yeah. Okay, so anyway, there you go. Private property again. Beachfront property is all privately owned. So if you're staying in any of those places, you got access to the beach. And if not, you got to find one of these access roads. They come down to the beach. There's a lot of cities in America that are like this as well. Well, there you go. I'll keep checking to see if there's actually a public beach, but so far I've sort of been told before I got here that this is what it was like here. So anyway, and we're going to be looking for some Category 1 restaurants for you. Let's see if we can find any Category 1. I won't be sitting at the beach eating, no, I guarantee that. So, remember I was telling you that Hua Hin does not have a public beach with umbrellas and chairs? Guess what? Look, there's a beach with umbrellas and chairs and everything. It isn't big. Siam is a giant beach. But this is mainly all I see here is foreigners. I don't see Thai people hanging out. They're all down in Siam, right? So Hua Hin is basically a beach for foreigners. We do have some umbrellas and chairs. It's only about 100 meters long going down the beach, though. So that's the scoop on beaches and hanging out at the seaside in Hua Hin. So as you're going down the road, what you're going to see, notice that there's a little sign here. What does it say? To the beach. This is one of the access roads that you can find to go down to the beach. So whether you're on a motorbike or on a horse, you can head to the beach. see, it's an access road that goes all the way down to the water. So we'll head down there. If I don't get hit by the minivan, we'll go down there and see what they have on the beach at these beach access roads. So what will you find at the end of one of these roads? When you hit the beach, well, you're going to find sand and water. But that's to be expected, right? But notice, most of these, because the property on both sides are private, we don't have those chairs. And I showed you we can find those chairs. In fact, you can see them down there in the distance. Way down there, we have chairs and umbrellas. But most of these access roads that come out to the beach is just sand. So if you want to swim, and I actually like this more to my liking, that you have some privacy. Now they also got some kite surfing here that they're teaching somebody to do. So if you're into that, you can come learn, I think that's what it's called, kite surfing. Anyway, you can learn that as well. I noticed it's the first time I've seen a lot of these in any one place. So it seems to be popular here in Hua Hin. So that's what you'll find. And how you find the beach access if you don't want to hang out with the masses in Hua Hin at Hua Hin Beach. Now, one thing that's impressed me that's different than Chiang Mai, check this out. Here's a crosswalk, and look, the cars are actually stopping. Now, they do stop in Chiang Mai as well as while you're walking across, but notice that there's still continue to be stops, see, on the other side, even after the people have walked by. This is amazing, because in Chiang Mai, as soon as the people cross, the traffic starts again. Now, this is a good thing, because this makes it safe to cross these roads. Now, I did notice when I was watching this before, that even though the light had turned red for the traffic to stop, there were a couple on motorbikes, a couple people on motorbikes that were probably from different provinces that went through the red light, probably couldn't understand why all the traffic was so stopped when there was nobody in the road. So there are stragglers that come here from other provinces where it's common practice that when the light turns red, that if there's nobody in the crosswalk, you can continue on in your vehicle. But not here in Hua Hin. Now, it might be just this crosswalk, but I doubt that. But even if there is a slight accident and you do get in trouble, guess what? You're right in front of the hospital, so no worries. Let's talk healthcare for a few minutes here. I mentioned in Cha'am that they have a hospital, but it's really for Thai people. It's not staffed to the point where you think it might be up to medical standards. Now, in an emergency situation or something small, it's worth going to, not a problem. But if you really have something to address, you're going to have to go to Hua Hin. So what hospitals are available in Hua Hin? Well, you've got Thom Bri Hua Hin Hospital. You have Hua Hin Hospital. You've got San Paulo Hospital. And you also have arguably the best hospital chain in Thailand. And that is Bangkok Hospital. Now, Bangkok Hospital has branches in Bangkok. They have a branch in Pattaya. Pattaya is like a 5-star hotel when you go to it. And hello, very good. So, see, even the police are friendly here. So anyway, and then we have Bangkok Hospital in Hua Hin, and there's a few more branches of Bangkok Hospital. Like I said, it's arguably one of the best hospital chains in Thailand. It's not going to be the cheapest. But if you need to go in and get stuff done, they specialize in medical tourism, so it might be a little more expensive than going to a Thai hospital. In fact, it'll definitely be more expensive than going to a Thai hospital, but you'll be able to get your needs met. Now, I'm not going to go in and price out everything because I've done all this before. It's a lot cheaper than back home. That's all I need to say. It's a lot cheaper than back home. So if you need stuff done, you can actually come here on vacation, get it done, and go home and get a free vacation for what it would be, what you would save. So I I've actually seen emergency vehicles from Bangkok Hospital, Hua Hin, headed to Cha Am. So keep that in mind. If you wanted to live in Cha Am and you had a medical emergency, the emergency medical vehicles, if you wanted good medical care, would have to come from here. So it would be a probably about 25 minutes each way for the vehicle to get to you and get back to the hospital. So keep that in mind when it comes to medical. One thing I got to tell you about that's impressed me about Hua Hin is even though it's a bigger city and on the main road coming in you got a lot of businesses, a lot of activity, when you get off that main road and come down to the actually Gulf side near the water, because it's not the sea, it's actually the Gulf of Thailand, you get into these small sois that run right along the water. And even though you can't see the water, it's right on the other side of these businesses, you've got these small sois like this. And it gives it this quaint feel, sort of like an oceanside town in another country. So you've got this sort of like walking area. Vehicles do go up and down these roads, but they're very small, so it gives this quaint feel to it. And along this road, you got restaurants, seafood restaurants on the water side, and then you've got other restaurants along the other side. You got massage, you got little stores to buy stuff at. Tailors, not enough tailors in Thailand to get clothes made. But anyway, a lot of these little businesses. But these small sois give it a really quaint sort of feel. If you come down off of the main road back in here, it's really a cool sort of feeling.